Here we are again with my 400 SEL. Today we're going to focus on just doing a quick video on the headlight switch. This old girl, she is very loose and it's not enabling some features. For example, this tail light only has the brake light come on, but not the rest, as opposed to the other one. As well as on the front here, this marker light doesn't come on with the headlights. So that's an interesting one. And you just gotta play with it and fiddle with it. So I went ahead and I just bought a new one. And also, I bought a brand new pull handle here because I can't enable my emergency brake. And it's just annoying not to have that. So we're gonna be taking this off here, not the wood piece, just this cover, the speaker cover, and the vent here. All right, so let's start with the top here. This little grill, speaker cover, whatever you want to call it. I've seen people just start shoving things in here and try to pull this up. Here's the thing. This has two slide tabs under here, and this just slides in here. This speaker is being held in by this little slider there. I don't know if you can, yeah. See, mine's already broken here. This is all 30-year-old vinyl, wood, leather, and especially plastic that's been sitting in a dash, right? So as soon as I put my little screwdriver there, it snapped. Now, of course, I'm gonna glue it and put it back together because I have that little piece. But essentially, you insert a little screwdriver here, and there are tabs here for this. And this just comes up like that. You see that little tab? That comes up like that. You take this out of take that out. All right, put that to the side. And now the speaker cover, the grill, whatever you want to call it, this lifts here, and then you just slide it out. Just like that. You see that? It's got those two pull tabs in there. And then here are those two tabs where the clips insert themselves, right? Okay, so that's that. Let's put that to the side. Now we have two screws for the vent. This one's already starting to crack here. So we're gonna put some glue in there as well. Okay, so on top of the two screws on top here, there are little tiny, you see those? You see those little guys there? So basically what happens is you have to push these up like so, and then they release the vent from the bottom here. And now the vent, or as the manual calls it, the air suction nozzle just slides out here. I believe it's attached to something in the back, but this should just slide out of here. So let me play around with this and I'm going to take this out. Here's the nozzle. It's attached here to the vent inside of there. It's probably going to be interesting to put back in later, but it just slides on there. And then, like I said, the two pull tabs, you pull them up, and then the two screws up top, and this thing just slides out. Just be really careful with everything. This is a 31-year-old car. Everything up top here, everything around is just brittle. Just be gentle, take your time. The knob here is pretty simple to remove. You need something really small like this, or a pick maybe, whatever you got. And then up here, well, down here rather, you see that insert there? So you slide this in here, in this little insert, just like that. Now, if I had another hand, I would show you. Just like that. It's dead simple. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, we're gonna remove this nut. There was a screw Phillips here. There's another one on the bottom here. There's one here, and there's one there. All right, and then this panel comes out, and we're gonna have access not only from up top here to our headlight switch, but also from the bottom here. Okay, so I was mistaken. For the adjustment for the steering wheel switch, there's only one screw here, and then there is a tab here that holds it in place. So it's just one screw up top, pull it up a little bit, and this thing just slides out. And now we have our 2 screws for the panel. Okay, these weren't exactly necessary for this panel, but I'm gonna be going down to the switch, to the lever anyway, so I've just disconnected those. So now with the nut, this should, just gently pull out like so. The bulb for the panel here, we can leave this to the side. I don't want to tangle with it. There's also one little tiny bulb here, and that's for your rear fog lights. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the plug there, the connector, and then there are these 2 little tabs here. All you have to do is just turn the switch to match up with the corresponding holes, and it'll just pop out like that. So here's the new switch. I ordered it from FCP Euro. It's made in Czech Republic, although the backing here says Italy on it, but it is an identical switch. If you compare this one to the original one that I just took out of there, all they did was scratch the actual manufacturer logo and Mercedes logo out of it, and that is the same identical switch. Here's the new one connected. Don't forget you transfer your bulb from the new one to the old one. I'm gonna do that in a sec. Throw that in here, fish it through the hole, find your tabs like that, spin her in place straight, and that's it. And now the centering ring, the nut, will keep that straight on the panel. And now that's pretty much it, and it's just now reverse of what we did. Put that back in, screw her in, screw the little couple of screws in, put the vent and the speaker cover back in, and that's it. But I gotta go a little further because I have to change, let's see, I have to change that guy, and it's connected to that cable there. So let me figure that out. All right, so this couldn't be simpler. This goes in here, it slides in there. You see that wire? That wire connects in here. All you have to do is take that wire, right? You can fit your hand in there while you have the speaker cover off. The vent, I mean. And then all you have to do is slide the cable to where it meets the groove, and it just pops out, and then this slides out. And it's that simple. So now I'm gonna put the new one in, slide the cable in, and hopefully we'll have everything function on this side now. Here's our brand new one, just for reference. There's the cover. That's installed. Put these 2 bolts in, those 2 bolts in that I didn't have to take out. So these 2, I'm gonna put this ring on. I'm gonna grab a needle nose and just give it just a snug, just another 1/4 turn. And there's this guy in there. So that slides in there. It sits like that. Just like that. You see that? Screw in there. The bulb, switch, and then we'll move on to the vent. Get that out of the way. Clicking nicely now. Also, the parking light came right on. So the whole front's lit up now. As opposed to before, all of this worked: parking, headlight, fog, and then fog, headlight, and no parking. So that was a little annoying to look at. As well as in the back here, these two didn't work. Only the faint little brake light, and then that whole side worked. So now that looks as it should. Sweet. Now the vent, trick is to kind of get it untwisted, started, I suppose, and then just fish it in, just like that. And now we got to make sure we have it clipped in the back there. So let me try to fiddle with that. All right, so actually, I just removed the vent from the actual suction pipe. Just clips in here, just sits there like that. And now it's much easier to navigate this into the hole there. That's that. The vent is fully in, fully clipped in on the other side. Now this back here, that'll just clip into there. These clips, as you can see, those will push in there. And let's see if I'm making it inside the, oh yeah, I think I am. Let's see, that one clipped, hold on. That should just push in. And we're in, just like that. Yep, the clips are holding on the bottom. Well, this one is, I know for sure this one's not broken. And now the two screws up top and the grill. And that is that. The only one thing left for me is to just insert that strip after I glue the corner there. But overall, yeah, that works as it should. Finally, that works. Cool. Now, another little thing I have a problem with is these two lights. Well, it's actually one light bulb. It's two light bulbs for the two sliders here. These two work, these two don't. And when you're driving at night and these two aren't lighting up, it's really annoying to just look at. See, now if I could show you, I don't know if you'll be able to see because it's pretty light out. Let me try to cover it. See that one coming on? This one, not so much. So we're gonna start by removing the little top glove box here. Take that out. Then we're gonna take the vent out. We're also gonna have to take this little guy out in order to access things behind it. And then behind this vent, we're actually gonna be able to change our little light bulb there. All right, so first things first, what I'm gonna do is get yourself something a little skinny. I got this little Allen key, and you're gonna insert it here in this little slot. But I'm gonna turn it to about 45, and then you'll feel it wanting to go in deeper, okay? Once you have it in nice and deep, let's see, it should be, yep. You hear that? You should be able to hear a click. And then with that in there, let's see if I can, yep. That'll just unlock it and release that. And now, there's a tiny little screw hiding in there. Also, forgive my fog light match. When the headlight switch didn't work, I just propped up the match to be able to put the fog lights in. I'm also waiting for this bezel here. You see this ring here? The clips are snapped on the inside, so I just used some gum wrapper and held the ignition in. But anyway, in there, you see there is 1 and 2 screws there. So we're gonna take that out, slide the glove box out, take this little guy out, and then we should have 2 more screws that are holding the actual vent in. So we released this now. That's released, ready to be pulled out. There are clips here that hold that in. Also, you're gonna make sure you match your lock button into that slide there. And so you can properly have, obviously, the top latch working. But now this should pull out, just like that. And here we have behind the glove box. And we have, I believe, these are the 2 screws. I'm gonna confirm that, but I believe these are it. And we can just keep this to the side. Our main focus is to take this guy out. Okay, so just as I thought, it's these 2 screws there, 2 Phillips, but also it's the same gimmick with these little tabs here. So just insert, get your little screwdriver, just put it in there and just lift it. You see that? And then that releases, where am I here? Oops. Just like that, you see that? That releases the bottom. And we have 2 of them, one here and one right there. So just lift those up very gently as you're pulling on this. And now, this whole assembly should come out. I'm still gonna have to undo the connection in the back. Okay. Let me fiddle with this so I don't break anything. Yeah, so if you're struggling to take that out, just remember those clips. I lifted them again and it just slid right out. And here is a culprit. I'm gonna take that little guy out, swap it with another one, and we'll see if it works. Now with the bulbs replaced, clearly you can see a difference. All 4 of them lighten up. Really nice. So now it's time to put back everything back together. Slide this guy back in, mind the wire. It should clip in. That's how you'll know she's sitting in correctly. You just gotta make sure she clips in on the bottom and then put the 2 screws up top and then she'll be ready to go. That's in, clipped in, screwed in. Now it's time for the box. It just slides in here. Just mind everything, gentle. Put it in just like that. 2 screws, one here and here. Put that back in, and slide this guy in. Make sure you line this up with the thing, otherwise this won't work. That's all put back together. The lights work. That works. That works. So now the last thing left to do is insert this little guy. You see that? That's where she goes. That's where it plugs in. And the release is right below it. So I'm just gonna have to line this thing up. Let me see. And that's it. Nice. Job done.